Welcome back to Carbon Ether Podcast. I'm Christine's son, the astute Sharif Prescott, and sitting with me today is none other than my right-hand man, Austin Neutron Newcomb. What up, fam?
Appreciate it,
We
man.
back,
All is
boy.
well. All is well,
Yeah,
man.
we
All
back.
is well,
The
man.
bounce is back.
Good to see you, man.
The bounce is back.
Already. Yeah.
Hey, no.
No, I ain't gonna
Put
crush
no pull
him.
on him.
I ain't gonna crush him today.
No, hey, we might as well crush him. What's good with your family?
Man, first, I'm excited. I'm excited, man, just to be back in the space, man. We had a little hiatus.
My bad.
All good, all good. But most importantly, man, it's good to see family.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
it's good to be out here with the stars. Once again, we just thank you guys for everything. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the tons of support we've gotten. And I like to say, before I hand it over to you, Sharif,
Yeah,
just want to shout out the members of the podcast who aren't able to be here today.
absolutely.
So Chameleon,
What up, boy?
Brown,
What up, fam?
Cook,
What up, big homie?
D-Pole.
What up, my boy?
We miss you, fam. We're going to try to represent for y'all the right way.
Oh yeah, the guys all had something else going on. As you know, Chameleon is in Portland, Oregon.
Right.
Brown, big homie. He had some important things over in Carolina. Cook, he's out with family this weekend. And Pogue, I think he's gonna be in Florida, whatever. Everybody had something going on, but myself and Neutron, we was able to keep ourselves grounded today. I didn't have anything going on.
Right.
I do have a speaking engagement later on this evening, but other than that, man, here we are. Neutron and Sharif about to get to it.
All right, Reef. So before we kick off the show today, guys, it's two things I want to shine the spotlight on very quickly. First, I want to send deepest empathy and regards to the city of Roseland, Louisiana, and the surrounding communities who are suffering from the explosion from Smitty's chemical plant. Doesn't matter what demographic or color, but this is a 65 to 70% black community, and they're not getting the proper support from the company nor the government.
Despite what the media may be saying, you know, you have to go, not to interject on your wisdom,
Fine.
but you have to go and do some extra searching
Yes.
for independent outlets to give you some more thorough, truthful information, because we know how the media is in this time of dumpster dump. So
No, I totally agree. You're actually not seeing like the national coverage that you would expect on
Yeah.
this. Say for like an Amtrak derailing or something. But and the crazy thing is, Reef, and I don't want to get you riled up, but you know, Smitty's had the audacity to not show up to the community meetings to address what known and possible side effects victims could expect from the burning of those chemicals. It's not just to say oil, it's all the components that make oil and everything else. Some of the reports, and I've seen video myself, it's literally raining oil, cars covered in oil, and the eco damage could have impacts for decades. So at this moment, I just want to send love and prayers to Roseland and the affected communities. Do your own research, reach out to them. Prayers and all that help, but if you are able to financially help these individuals, there should be a ton of GoFundMe's out there.
yeah, and to expound upon what Neutron just said, it says EPA Region 6 Administrator Scott Mason said air monitoring has shown no danger to human health. A mobile lab from the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality is stationed nearby, providing real-time air quality data online. Crews are also gathering soil and soot samples for further analysis. But this is what happens all the time
Right.
when it comes to communities that's BIPOC or so-called black or so-called Latino or anything. And again, you may not like what I say or what anyone may say on this podcast, Carbon Ether Podcast. Again, remember, this is an informative podcast, and we go based on real research and historical text, books, and behind the camera back there, more books, and up here and up there
Exactly.
is more information. But the disparities is commonplace
Right.
when it comes to our communities. And if it was no offense to anybody, ain't trying to be ugly, but if it was a white community, and most of us who don't dabble in that bias lane, and who are open to facts and truths and not dogma, biases,
Right.
and rhetoric,
Right.
we know this to be true.
Right. I at least think there would be more news coverage
Yeah.
because at some point, Reef, sometimes it's not even about black, white, brown. Sometimes it's more about your economic status, right?
Absolutely.
But the one thing about this particular town, which I thought was a great thing to bring out, like I said, they're 65 to 70% black, but they have one of the highest percentage of black owned homes in the nation, coming in at around, if I'm not, you guys fact check this, I want to say it was from 45 to 55%. So that's like way above the national norm. So kudos to those people, and once again, prayers to them all. Actually, we will revert because as we're talking about the support they're not getting, and with the government saying, oh, all the testing is coming back negative now, right? Man, when people burn trash in my neighborhood, I live in a county where you can burn. When you smell that plastic and all this stuff burning, it irritates you. We're talking about, when you see the pictures of this facility, silos in the air, hundreds of them that are filled with chemicals. It's black smoke. There's no way. When you stand in front of a grill, your glasses, or mine do, get smut and soot on them. So, and it's raining oil. You can't tell me there's not an effect on human beings. But I won't have wrong, guys. Just do your research on that. I would like take this time as well to congratulate Mr. Prescott.
Yeah, congratulate to me. Thank you, sir.
I'd like to congratulate you, sir. Kudos to you.
Hey.
Reef's book, Scattered, has been on the market now for just about 90 days.
Yeah.
It's an excellent read. It's a short read as well. I'm not going to divulge anything. You can all pick it up at lulu.com. Sharif Prescott is the author, and the book is called Scattered. Okay, do yourself a favor.
Get the book. It's an easy read. For those of you who know me, you know I like to write about things historical, seen and experienced, and or talked about. So I call my style of writing perspective fiction, because everything I write about, every title in this book, they're all short stories. They have references of truth, tons of truth. But I write it in an allegorical, fictitious way, where, it's how I see the world, but I love science fiction, so that's what we follow with my book. But again, thank you for the shout out, Neutron.
Don't mention it. Don't mention it.
It was a pleasure writing it. And I want to give shouts out to those who encouraged me to start writing back in the day. My cousin, Nicole Chisholm, y'all know her from Purpose Entertainment, her and Chip.
Shout out Nicole.
She was one person that really encouraged me. My boy Michael Terry and his late wife LaToya Terry.
Shout out Mike T.
Big encouragement. Always encouraging me to put pad to pen, thoughts to life.
Right.
Then I would like to say Neutron, meeting him some years ago. Hey, bro, you need to jot these ideas down. Professor Ray Coverson, he was a big influence in me writing. And these are people from some years ago. My girl Case, she's always been supportive of myself. My niece LaKale, always like, Uncle Sharif, you should write down some of the crazy stuff you say, Uncle Sharif. You wild.
Exactly.
And and my mother. You guys, for anybody that know me, I'm very outspoken. I don't hide behind cloaks and shadows. I love life. I love people. I'm all about humanity, equality for everybody.
Right.
And with that being said, shout out to those in Villa Rica fighting the fight that they're having to fight right now with everything that's going on, trying to save their black community from being overtaken, from what I'm understanding. Not the proper process of going about things and, shutting them out of certain things and trying to shut them out. But we got one one driving force out there, a couple of driving forces, but one I would want to point out,
Please.
emphatically is Pam Powell White. She's on it, and Amy McCoy. You know, they're fighting that fight. I can't go into anything legally because I don't really know everything
Obviously.
about it, but I just know they out there fighting that fight. And shout out to them and to the city and the community of Villa Rica, Georgia. Y'all need to be out there with those ladies fighting that fight. Jeremy, keep standing by your mom, cousin. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, and I'll see you guys as soon as I can out there on the grind with it.
Already. Couldn't have been said better.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out, guys. Like I said, we getting back into the working things. It's been a while, so there's so much to be said, but we're gonna try to go ahead and get into the topics today. Sharif, before I know we wanted to talk about the P2P, but my heart's racing a little bit right now just thinking about what's going on in Roseland, and so I don't know if we can, because I want to kind of take this somewhere.
Okay, what are you talking about? What are you thinking about, Neutron?
Well, man, as I'm just thinking about it, and this could happen anywhere, right?
Absolutely.
We've had atrocities and things that happen in all types of communities, rural, urban, so on and so forth. And but I'm looking at this from a viewpoint of like the political climate right now, and all the fanaticism that we have, when it comes to red and blue, when it comes to Democrats,
the donkey and the elephant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And man, it's to the point where it's just like Falcon Saints, and you're rooting for things just because of not your thought, right, but your heart, because of tradition.
Yeah, and I think I think I know where you're going with it, Neutron, which is what drives me insane. To sit down and talk to the most ill-informed demographic in American politics is the right side.
Right.
Everything is based on emotions, rhetoric, dogma, filibustering, and so forth. No true, real research. If the buffoon says it, they believe it. If legacy media air it, it's true. Half-ass research. And just overwhelming mixes of emotions. And that's where the disconnect starts. And even when you bring truth to belief, that cognitive dissonance is so strong because of their belief, they would much rather discard the truth.
Man, the cognitive dissonance because of their belief, it'll lead them to take somebody's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're putting, like you say, they're out there cheerleading for, no knock on whatever you are, right? But they're out there, these extremists, going to measures, trying to quote unquote fight for a political party or a government that has done the most heinous things to all of its citizens. So Sharif, while I was touching my heart, I just wanted to kind of touch on, okay, we're rooting for the government so hard, but do you know what your government has done to you through the ages? Not just black people, not just white people. I just want to go on a little rant right here.
Hey, I think you headed towards something which is this is a hard subject out of the many subjects I've covered. Where I think you're going with it is go ahead, man, because this thing here, this is a rough one.
Okay, I got a couple of notes, and let's just say, all right, because I'm gonna go off on a long list, but the list is gonna be super long. Just give me like a minute and a half.
Go for it, brother.
And we're not even gonna get through it. So what we're talking about is these political fanatics fighting and dying for these parties and these governments who don't give a damn about you. All right, so we're not gonna go like all the way in depth, but we're gonna talk about your government has done medical and scientific experiments against its own people.
Yes.
Civil liberties violations against its own people.
Yes.
Military and environmental testing against its own people.
Yes.
Suppression and manipulation against its own people.
Let me interject, Neutron. Again, this is not us saying this personally. Again, this It's history.
Right.
I have to stress that because people just watch this show sometimes or just drop by to watch the show got things to say when if you listen, he's reading from historical text.
Right. Right.
Okay? This ain't personal feelings
No.
like you guys deal with.
No, not at all. All of this is public record. All of this can be researched. So, and they've also done economic and social policies, implemented them against their own people. So, Sharif, like a minute and a half.
Go for it.
I'm just gonna start railing off a few things. Right?
Please go for it.
All right. I'm not gonna go too far in depth. We all know about the Tuskegee syphilis studies, right? So I'm not gonna go in there. We may have heard about the Guatemala syphilis experiments, 1946 to 1948. That's where 1,500 Guatemalan prisoners, soldiers, sex workers, and psychiatric patients were intentionally infected by the U.S. researchers with syphilis, gonorrhea, and I had never heard of that one, chancroid, without consent. They were trying to test the effectiveness of penicillin, right? Right? All right. But let me keep going, because I want to see how much far of a list I can get through in a minute and a half.
Go for it.
All right. Project MK Ultra. Everyone's heard of it. Radiation experiments from the 40s and 70s. Operation Sea Spray in 1950. That was in San Francisco, where the Navy released Serratia bacteria into the air to simulate a biological attack and study dispersal. All right. The St. Louis radiation tests in 1950s to the 60s. Primarily black and low-income neighborhoods in St. Louis were sprayed. The Army sprayed them with zinc cadmium sulfide particles mixed with radioactive material into the air. They said it was smokescreen testing, but later evidence shows they were testing dispersal patterns of radioactive particles. Okay, I think I'm about 30 seconds in, so I'm gonna keep shooting.
Going, brother.
Project Shad, 60s to the 70s. That was mostly military personnel. Secret tests involving chemical and biological warfare agents were conducted on ships and military bases. All right, now we're gonna get to it. All right. This is all walks of people who this is affected: black, white, Asian, so on and so forth.
If you're white, what he's meaning when he says white is really you lower income people.
Exactly. That side of the track.
You know.
That side of the track.
Yeah, not the upper class.
Right.
It's you lower income people.
Right.
That's basically put in the same category with us. Even
Exactly.
if we upper class, y'all still better than we are. But anyway, keep going.
Right.
Trying. My bad.
No, you're fine. And I point out because if Roseland was a poor white neighborhood, they would be getting the same response.
Yes.
These folk can't go up and Trump is not gonna go have a cup of coffee or have a Coca-Cola with some of these, what some people
Hell
call
no.
poor white trash. They equate it. It's not about the color of the skin. It's about their economic and what pull or influence those people might have to be able to help them. And Papa can't help the prince. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So let's just say I've gone a minute, right? So 30 more seconds. This is crazy.
45.
We various prison experiments. I want to skip over that, and I want to get to the children, institutionalized populations where your governments have done to its constituents. So Willowbrook hepatitis study from 1956 to 1972, where intellectually disabled children at Willowbrook State School were deliberately infected with hepatitis to study disease progression. Parents were often misled into consenting. The Fernald State School radiation study, 1946 to 1953 in Massachusetts. Institutionalized boys, most with intellectual disabilities, were fed oatmeal laced with radioactive tracers by MIT and Harvard researchers funded by the Atomic Energy Commission and Quaker Oats. They were told it was a science club. The list goes on and on. But I want to bring that back home to say I probably got like 80 more examples. During this time period, 20s, 50s, 1800s, 1700s, these same political parties, Republicans, Democrats, were all doing the same thing. I wanted to take the time to cross-reference and see, okay, during this year in Massachusetts, who was the majority in the House, right? But that's pretty much an exhaustive thing. But guys, we're fighting and vetting and pushing for things. These people don't care about us. These people don't care about the top 5% up to the 1% don't care about the 95%. And that's what we have to understand. That's why we always stress the proletariat society, the proletariat culture, right? We work hard, we get that education, and it's almost difficult to get that education now because they're rewriting history. So education isn't what it used to be. Critical thinking. Education isn't memorizing a poem or reciting a play. It's about critical thinking, being able to critically, cause and effectual things. But I digress.
And this is,
I'm riled up a little bit, but
as one, the more you learn, it's the thing about knowledge, which I think most people dislike, is once you learn the truth, you can't unlearn that truth, which is why cognitive dissonance is such a big thing. But one thing, as that you said a moment ago, was education, which is about learning and regurgitating. Most of us think that that's what education is. That's what makes us smart. And it might be education, because what is it that they say? The most magnificent, wonderful Einstein says. Education is all you have after you stop learning. So you've been taught and educated to a certain degree, which is, we'll do a show on the understanding of intellectual degrees. But knowledge is true. Knowledge is power, but the application of knowledge is true power. Let's go back to what he said: the educated proletariat versus the bourgeoisie. For all you folks around talking about I'm bougie, or we're bougie, or we're calling people bougie. Yeah. We have to understand the difference between that. A proletariat is a person of our stature, our nature, coming from this so-called this bottom of the fishbowl, gaining intellectual know-how, property, understanding it by way of critical thought, challenging systems, and bringing that understanding of this knowledge that we've gained back to the bottom of the fishbowl, and giving it to the people. You see, what education teaches you is to be selfish in a sense. Because we're going in there under a curriculum already. It's already been pre-written. It's not how it should work. But anyways, we just have to understand, as Austin was putting it, our government is something different. The one thing on the surface, and there's another thing behind those closed doors.
Yes, for sure. So for sure, man. It's terrible, and I know we have other topics to speak about, but like I say, now when it comes to these economic and social policies and the what we have going on in the current atmosphere, with the with those who are running the country, mainly Trump and his constituents and his people who bootlicking for him.
Yeah, his sycophants.
Yes, exactly. I like that word.
Sycophants.
We do you see the guy who they're trying to point to the CDC? He has no medical or scientific background whatsoever.
I mean, when you think about it, RFK. He's in there trying to tell it.
Oh,
RFK.
What's wrong with that man's voice, man?
He had that worm in his brain, feeding on it. Man. Heroin addict for 15 years.
Oh my God!
And I've seen guys sitting down. I'm perusing through the net.
Right.
I've ran across plenty of guys.
Yeah.
RFK is going to do this. RFK is going to do that. That dude used to eat roadkill, man.
Man, every time I see and hear RFK, all I can think of, y'all, and God bless him, but Macho, Randy the Macho Man.
Yeah.
Macho Man.
That's it. I can't help it.
Oh my God.
That's
crazy.
Man, get out of here. But if you go and you look at the makeup of this entire cabinet, Pirro. Janine Pirro, is that her name? Janine Pirro.
Yeah, the
alcohol.
The social drink.
Hey, When the cameras cut to commercial, she going right up under that dress, boy, up
Man.
under that desk, and
That lady, man, and she just got.
she's a fanatic.
She just got appointed though.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago. If you want to talk about DEI, there it is, right?
This entire cabinet is DEI.
That's where it is.
So, on a side note, we're gonna be doing the show. It's gonna be a quick intro to something else we're gonna be doing, but we will be doing the show on inventions in America. Who invented what? We're about to close some doors on some of this bull crap that's out there about these people invented this bullshit. We about to fix that.
Right.
And there's gonna be facts, and if you want the facts, you can go find the facts. So while they trying to get rid of books and what have you, they're gonna have to get rid of YouTube just the same, because people like myself, Neutron, and the rest of the team, and other platforms out there just gonna keep giving the truth.
Exactly.
You ain't no running from it. And one more thing before we push forward. To the new white communities called Return to the Land. Ain't nobody caring, man. Bye. At least we know where you at. At least we know where to avoid going. Because we already know that there's some of y'all out there that's hanging innocent people, especially truck drivers. This is crazy. And they say racism is isolated events or incidents or what have you. No. It's alive and well. This country was built on it.
Yes.
But to you people that's building the all YT communities.
Right.
Hey man, listen, who's ever telling y'all we're upset about that? They are lying to you, and you are lying to yourself. Please go. We don't want to be amongst you guys anyways, no more than y'all want to be amongst us. So we hope you enjoy your YT communities, and hey, more power to you.
Yeah, if you feel like that and you want to segregate yourselves, hey, I appreciate it. Like I say, I love all people. But when somebody presents themselves as a bigot or a racist, you know what I'm saying, I know how to handle them off the rip, right?
Right.
I can just ignore that ignorance, keep it moving the other way. But it's those bigots and racists that we don't know about. The one that's approving your loan, the one that's your supervisor or manager on the job.
Yeah.
That one when you go in to get that job, who's in HR. Those are the ones that disproportionately affect our community and other black, brown,
right,
eco-social communities.
Yes.
So my Hispanic brothers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all on the other side right now. I think they voting about 65% with the Republicans.
They want that proximity.
That's cool. You see how they fake rallied behind y'all to get them votes from you. But now your mothers, your uncles, your wives, your husband, your children get snatched up, you know what I mean, out of these cities. And they just did the raid up at DMV. They did the raid up in DMV in Georgia. Man, picking these folk up who out here. I'm not talking about criminals, but they picking up the folk who out here building these buildings. These women who out here doing these janitorials. These folks, these folk work hard, man. You got to give it to them. And they out here harassing these people, taking money out of the community. All they doing is hurting the economy.
But it's never been about.
But they sided with them though, because they skin them match a little bit more.
That proximity, the hair. I'm glad melanated people are the only non-DNA series etheric humans on this planet. That means we are set apart from everyone else who are 6 DNA series and lesser.
Right.
Yeah, we stand on the court by ourselves.
And they trying to. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut off your wisdom.
You're good.
I didn't mean to cut off your wisdom, but I will say this one last thing about this. You have to know that after not the last census, but the previous one, prior to the last, the big study was about the drop in population of Caucasian people, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Once that happened, you saw this major push with ICE, because these Hispanic folk gonna thin the bloodline out, and then you also saw that push for that ban on abortion, because historically that's affected our community, right?
Yeah.
Those people had to come down to, down to the hood damn near to get an abortion, right?
Yeah.
But now it's more readily available, especially via the medicine and things like that. So that's why they're not trying to stop abortion to keep little black babies from dying.
Or because they Christians.
Right. Because we just saw what these Christians do to you, and with these medical experiments, they spraying radioactivity on you. They going into underprivileged kids' homes and doing studies on them. They're doing studies in the prison. They're dispersing out in black communities, man. And this the people you putting your support and love into? Come on.
Medical apartheid is real.
Apartheid.
A part of this, a part of that.
Apart because they hated us.
Because they hate you. It's real. There's a book called Medical
Medical apartheid.
Apartheid. Y'all should get it. It's one hell of a read. It's rough, it's rugged, and it's uncut, and it's factual. And right now here,
I got to unbutton. I'm getting a little bit heated, man.
And here in the U.S. of A., the thing that just happened with the young lady that kept alive over in Atlanta,
right.
That's part of it, And this, look at it this way: black women are more likely to die going into the hospital, especially for childbirth or for anything else medically that really needs medical attention,
right?
Because of how history has portrayed the so-called black woman,
right?
So we have to be real and realistic. And I will say right now, until this certain storm that we have going on, if you can help it, whether you're a so-called black male or woman or anybody of color, find the doctor that's more closely related to you, or know that the doctor that you're seeing, somehow or another, somebody inside your circle may know him or whatever. He's going to be practicing his skill properly and not neglect. I have a friend whose wife is no longer with us because of doctors' medical malpractice and neglect, and not listening to her when she's giving them the symptoms.
No. I agree. Because I heard I didn't read the article. I heard an article on the radio.
Yeah. And
they were saying that black patients face scrutiny in their medical records. Because so you're the white man and I'm the black man. All right, I'm gonna put that on him today, y'all. Right. So and we both go to the same doctor, and Reef tells him, hey, I got this issue, and this issue. And when he looks at the medical reports, as all doctors are gonna do, most of his claims or whatever he's saying, they'll usually be substantiated. Patient does or has blah blah blah. But when you look in the black people's records, a lot of the verbiage is different. So it'll say things like patient complains of. Or seems to as if the doctor is not validating and who knows your body better than you, right?
Absolutely.
So even when it comes down to like I say, I'm not worried about the bigot out here drinking a beer on the street. What I mean, with the damn MAGA hat on, and all that crazy flags on their car. I'm worried about the doctor who I go and see who's a bigot or in this point a racist. And can manipulate my medical records.
Absolutely.
And we don't pay attention to that. We gotta start looking at this thing like through a monocle. You know what I mean? We gotta get down like we looking down like we on target practice. We gotta start looking at this paper, look at this stuff we signing, and scrutinize everything, man, because they doing the magic trick. It's a sleight of hand right in front of your face. It's on TV. They showing you what they do. And we like a big mouth bad. We still going for that old fake lure. You feel me?
Boy, what you say?
I'm sorry, Reef.
The saddest, no, brother, you good. It's the truth. The saddest part about this thing is cognitive dissonance. It doesn't matter what we say. I mean, I ain't gonna say that. To a lot of people, man, I ain't worried about that crap they saying, or man, them dudes, boy. Okay, OJ. What Jay-Z said, trying to give you $1 million game for $9.99. You getting this for free. Right. So you ain't doing the research. We giving you the information to make the research easier for you.
Exactly.
And this is simple research a lot of this stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just go look at it for yourself. And I would like to say to family members, close friends, and associates, pay attention to the things we say, and you'll see how true it is. Quit listening to people simply because you like them or you like what they say. Don't like what they say.
Right.
Understand what they say. Like is a feeling.
Right.
We have to get past the feeling of something and get to the understanding of something. Welcome to Carbon Ether Podcast, where knowledge meets understanding. This ain't about emotions. This ain't about feelings. This ain't about calling somebody out on. We calling somebody out on our podcast because we don't like what they doing on their podcast. Don't nobody give a damn first and foremost what somebody else doing on their podcast.
Of course not.
But if you're putting out misinformation and I catch it, no matter who you are, if we just in conversation, I'm gonna put you on Front Street. Bottom line, period.
Right. Yeah, because I don't want you out here, spreading false information. But I could give, I could give a damn, right? What you eat don't make me defecate, right? I want to try to keep it clean.
Boom. Don't make him boom.
You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, so and I don't want to get it twisted. Let me just footnote this with everybody too, right? Because I think this happens a lot, in the circles, right? So we having this conversation, right? We talking with the stars out there, and we're having just a discussion to amplify our knowledge, bolster our knowledge, and put some issues out there for people to talk about, right? Some dialogue. Now don't get it twisted now. I work hard and I play harder. So I'm not saying 24/7, 365 days a year that I'm in a book or I'm talking in this fashion, right? I know how to let loose and I know how to have fun. You ask all my friends, all my relatives, all the admirers and the haters, they're going to tell you I do what I do. But we're asking you just to devote a smaller amount of time into giving that dialogue or just picking up a book by yourself and maybe when the time is right, spread that knowledge, to whomever, whether they be younger or contemporary. Sometimes we got to teach the old. Old supposed to teach us, but sometimes we got to teach them too. So, yeah, it's a time and place for everything, guys. We just want to try to shine light on that 10% of the day that we're using to try to uplift our minds and do something in the community and in our families first and foremost.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't spend all my time reading and researching.
You can't.
Because I work and I got other things that I do. I like to hike and whatever.
Right.
But when I have downtime, I'm gonna read at least 15 minutes a day, somehow, shape, form, or fashion. I'm gonna pick up a book and I haven't read this book yet, and I'm gonna read.
Right.
I'm gonna take notes. I don't highlight in my books or bend my pages because I'm OCD kinda. So, but he's right, man. You're gonna cut loose. But when you hear something that registers, you got to go and look into that because it's registering for a reason. Because obviously you've heard something about this before in the past, and whenever it comes back, the brain alerts you like, "Hey, bro," almost like some deja vu type shit.
No, so and I agree, and I'll just add on to that. It's what we're saying is, or what I'm saying is, we're concerned about the physical and the outward. And we know we got to exercise the body to keep it strong and keep it going and operate properly, lubricate the knee joints and all those type things.
Right.
At the same time, a lot of times we worry about the outside, but we're not taking care of the inside, right?
Right.
So how we eat and all of this type of thing, but also how we are on the inside in the mental. You know what I mean? Just like the doctors tell people, especially older patients. Right. Stay active. Read a little bit.
Got to.
Do some crossword puzzles or some Sudoku puzzles.
Walk.
Or something to activate your brain so that those nerves and those synapses continue to enlighten and expand. Because, ideas, hit. It's like a light bulb. That's how your brain works. You learn this right here. It opens up this synapse over here. Now you keep learning and it keep firing. And all those nerves keep. That's why what is it? What's the amount of brain percentage that they say we use? What's the old adage? What is it?
Don't get me.
We don't use 10% of it or something.
Like 3%.
They using 0.5.
Hey, it's off of what they say we use.
Right.
But we all have a pineal gland, and we all know the pineal gland, and we all know that the body cannot function without that. Everything inside your body functions like that little pine cone that sits on top of the Pope's staff. Mm-hmm. You really need to look at this stuff. We're talking the most important thing in the human body. They telling us is everything else, but it's that damn pineal gland that sits in the center of the brain. Right. You get that, you decalcify that, and you wake that up, then there's limitless potential as to what we can do. Watch the movie Lucy. They're not lying in that movie Lucy with what's her name? Yeah. They're not lying in that movie. If we can tap into the pineal gland, which is what they want us to stay away from, there's limitless things that we can accomplish.
And let me say this. This kind of it relates directly to what you're saying, and it kind of goes back to that experiment thing we were talking about. And so let me just say this. I am in no way trying to put a good stigma on LSD. But some of the experiments that they were doing back in the day, they studied all types of things, right? So if a person's, they had that drive for like the American dream, right? So it was to finish high school, have a career, get that PhD and be in the corporate world and gain all the money they could, right? After a person took, this is an experiment, I'll post it in the comments. After a person took one dose, this was experiments, of LSD, their mindset was the exact same except for where those former priorities were. So instead of now, the hunt for money, riches, and education, and that grind on the job, people start to think more about where's my next vacation gonna be, or what can I do to get like more involved in my family or community, right? It sort of broke down some walls and some. I'm not saying LSD is good, y'all, but what we're talking about is a change of the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Because we're indoctrinated from birth. We are indoctrinated from birth. Our parents have been indoctrinated. Their parents have been indoctrinated, and we pass it on down. It's like saying, "Well, I got a whooping when I was a kid. I'm gonna whoop my kid." You got your damn mind. That's a form of abuse to me, torture. I ain't picking up nothing and hitting my child with that shit. But how do we snap out of indoctrination? Because before we have a chance to go out and explore and learn on our own, it's already been force-fed to us. You're going to go to church on Sunday if you live in a certain household.
Right. You know this, man.
Especially if you're melanated, get your ass tore up and get out the house one. You're not going to date outside your so-called race because of yada, yada, yada. You're going to go to this school because my father's father went to that school, so then you become legacy. You don't have choice. A lot of times I think our parents or our guardians or whatever live vicariously through through us.
And I say that, what I'm saying, I love my pops to death, but I think I don't fault them, right? I think that in all ways their intentions were good. You know what I'm saying? To whether it was making you go to church or whatever, or making you get them grades, right? Their intentions were good, man.
Yeah.
But sometimes the implementation,
hell,
you know what I'm saying, was off. You know what I mean?
I was like a mom.
But and I think you can attest to this. This is real world, y'all. This real life.
Yeah.
Everybody's, whether you be your parents or your grandmama, they were hard on you. But now that you in your let's say late 20s, and your mid to early 30s, and then for those of us who are in our 40s, maybe getting close to 50s, you know damn well what mama and them was trying to instill in you. They might have had the wrong approach, but when you got to go to work when you don't want to, when it's 17 degrees outside, wind chill is 6, but if you don't get in there and put that 40 in or whatever hours are needed, that them bills ain't gonna get paid, and these children ain't gonna, and this insurance ain't gonna, and all this right here. Mama and them were trying to show you a better way to go, man, and teach you that you got to have responsibility in this life. You know what I'm saying? You build your own foundation for where you're gonna be.
And let me give it truth and power on that. And these are different scenarios. We're talking about how we were given things, the implementation of how certain things was given. I remember when my mother used to tell me, you better quit going out there doing all that fighting. You always fighting. It's gonna catch up with you. You just keep on. I don't, I'm like, God dang, Mom, just always want. Until, boy, I had to sit that 120 days over that prison camp.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting to go to court.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
I know how it is. Boy.
And today I'm speaking on social circles. I've been speaking to some youth about social circles. And that social circle I had, when my mama came out there to see me that one time and put that little money on my bucks and said, I'm not coming back out here. I fought them tears.
Right.
But the whole time she talking, I'm hearing it, but I'm also hearing the past her. But I was at the age then, she can't ground me or whoop me or no stuff, no craziness like that. But she's always, even though I didn't live with her, when I go by, you still out there fighting, I heard? Man, listen. Y'all kids ain't ready for prison.
Right.
I was housed at a prison camp for 120 days because the county was so overflowed. When Christine left, boy, everything inside me seemed like it fell out.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I stepped outside myself I died.
No, I feel you.
That's when reality set in.
Oh, yeah.
Been the badass in the street, fight king. Knock your ass out, right? You don't want to see these things.
Right.
Man, you ain't no fight king in there.
Right.
We were separated. But I said all that to say, now once I got myself together and tightened up, boy, I'm so glad she said all that stuff, because now I hone in on it, and that's what I think about when I speak to children.
Exactly.
Everything she told me, I'm telling them, just in a different way.
No, I feel you.
So it's really, like you said, it's about.
Yeah, they don't want no. You say prison, they don't want no part of the county around here, and you can tell. Another footnote for me, man. I just gotta say this, because everything that pops up on your feed sometimes, YouTube is about this person ratting a snitch. With the hip hop and the rap game. Man, if y'all think that, let's not even talk about a rapper. Let's talk about something in the street.
Average everyday shit.
If these dude was so tough out here on the streets, why do you think they are snitching? Why you think when they ride in the car or they on the block and the police pull up, they running and they taking off? Cause they scared. They snitching because they scared to go to jail.
Right.
All of this macho bravado and if you so big and bad, county jail or prison jail, that ain't nothing to you. You the baddest man on the street, but it's guns and stuff out here. When you get in there, you know what I'm saying? It's mano a mano.
Yeah.
But not glorifying any of that. What I'm saying is, I wasn't built for shit. When I did get locked up, I went 14 days. Them folks let me take a shower. My excellent stuff done broke out so hard.
I bet you were burning like a bug.
I'm trying to borrow some shampoo and stuff. Trying to get bro. I'm telling you, being told when you can take a shower, when you can eat.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about that. They bringing some slop in there.
Yeah,
man.
boy. Y'all ain't ready for that. I'm telling you.
They're not ready for that, man.
Don't pay it. Y'all stop paying attention. And we're gonna do school to prison pipeline on another show. But stop paying attention.
Yes.
To these music videos. Listen to me. I'm living proof.
Right.
I'm the guy, I would break in your house while you at work and wait on you to get off work and do something special to you when you got home, man. I used to do crazy stuff. I would fight 5, 6, 7 dudes by myself and come out on top. I'm telling y'all. But when they put me in that prison camp for them 120 days.
No, I feel you, man.
Man, listen. And the intellectual capacity, properties, or whatever I have today, I had then.
Right.
Everything I did, whether under the influence of alcohol or more alcohol, because I ain't never done drugs. I done knowingly.
No green.
No, I done. Yes, sir. Everything I done.
Bill Clinton.
No, I did, man.
No, I'm just kidding.
Everything I done was a conscious, aware decision.
Right.
I don't blame none of my actions on alcohol. I don't blame none of my actions on peer pressure.
Right.
Of course, all of it plays a role.
Yeah, you can.
But
alcohol didn't do it.
But ultimately, every choice I made when I neglected my kids, when I cheated on Every girlfriend I basically ever had, y'all. I was a
My
yeah,
Lowry style.
yes, sir, my Lowry style. But the truth being told, but when it hit home, when I found myself in there, them folks talking about some 30 years
Oh,
for
yeah.
3 accounts of attempted, and then they dropped them to lesser charges. Bro,
Yeah.
now for those of you who know me, know I don't I don't do religion. But I did say this, white Jesus, if you let me out of here, I ain't never gonna come back. I ain't never been back to jail, y'all.
Well, that's what I mean. You know, that's your maturity, man. And you know,
Scared straight, to be quite honest with you, Neutron.
but I'm saying you went through that experience. Then you don't have to go through it again.
Shit, no.
It's individuals in society. Don't matter what color they is. Don't matter what ethnicity. They still going through the same thing that they went through when they were 17 and 18. You got guys, bruh, literally in their 40s and 50s,
Yeah,
right?
I know some.
You know, who still going to jail over petty stuff, bro.
I know some.
And almost about to throw their life away because they reaching the max on their felonies, right? So now you 40 something, and if you mess up on your parole or whatever, you talking about you still want to go out here and say some weed or whatever. And boy, you facing 25 years on a revocation. Boy, your ass will be 85 years old when you get out, if you get out. And
You may not make it out at that age.
yeah, man. Oh, older guys, do me a favor, man.
Sit your ass down.
Do what you do. Keep teaching the youth. If you're doing that, it's a time and place for everything. Our kids gotta have book knowledge.
Yes.
They gotta have some street savvy, some street sense. Then
Yeah.
they gotta have that mother wit common sense.
Absolutely.
So ain't nothing wrong with giving a little war stories. But man, pull y'all pants up in front of these young kids, man, and try to show a little bit of
Decorum.
exactly. Because everything that come out your mouth shouldn't be something crass.
Yeah, to do what you want to ultimately.
Yeah.
But for those of us, for those of you, or those of whom, who would like to change their way of thinking,
Yeah.
change your perception of things, man, as Neutron just put it, pull your pants. Start with pulling your pants up, man.
Yeah, because I hate...
That is the most ridiculous, shameful thing our community got that we're doing right now.
Reef, this is the last thing I'm going to say.
And then we're getting out of here.
This is the last thing I'm going to say. And I'm not judging anybody. You know what I'm saying? I carry a lot of faults myself. But, you know, don't be that guy who's a, well, I'm going to say a YN, but the ON out here in the streets and stuff. And then, but you come up to the cigar shop and you trying to talk philosophical and your pants on your damn near on the ground and you got on 30 chains. Like I said, you do what you want. You can do that. That's fine. But I don't think that represents, you live in a double life, man.
Yeah, it's double standards.
Don't try to talk to me in a cigar bar about securing events or some red and blue fanaticism, and then but you out here on the corner, living a completely different life. I ain't talking about just listening to rap music. I listen to it all day. I listen to all genres of music. But bro, time and place for everything. But don't bring that foolishness to me when it's not the time. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Exactly, and like you said, y'all do what you want, and no, we're not trying to take shots. We're just saying things so hopefully it will resonate to you adults.
No shots.
We got to change the way our children see us and view us. I'm going to do a speaking engagement today. I'm not completely prepared for it, but I did have enough sense to print out a sheet of paper so I can go in and still represent. And I'm saying that to say, you may be uncomfortable with wearing your pants up, but you know it's the best thing, and eventually it'll just be a regular thing from henceforward. You got to start somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
We too old to do with these YNs. And to you YNs, talking about your ops and all this stuff out here, this cult of personality that's running the country right now, they got something for y'all. Keep it up. They got something for you. And I can guarantee you, your homies ain't going to be there for you. Right. And if they are there for you, they're going to be there for a short period of time. So y'all YNs, y'all young ninjas, keep on being young ninjas, gang banging, and whatever the crap you're doing, and like you said, you old ninjas, keep on running the streets like you all this and that. This regime already don't like so-called black, brown, yellow, and anything that ain't so-called white people. Keep running them streets. Keep doing what you're doing. They got someplace for you. I swear to goodness, they got someplace for you, and you may never see the light of day again.
Yeah.
Keep playing.
Yeah.
White ends, old ends. Keep playing.
Yeah, they'll hide you. They'll hide you up in them hills too, with them folk who chew that tobacco. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
But no shot though, guys. And
No, ain't no shots.
And I'm not, not the old cliche. I'm not preaching to the choir.
Ain't no choir.
I'm talking to myself as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you can't internally or personally check yourself at times, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you shouldn't have did that, man. Or hopefully before the act happens, you know what? I ain't gonna do that because that ain't gonna be right.
Right.
You got to hold yourself accountable. And but at any rate, Sharif, I think we may be close to.
All right. Well, we done, y'all. Hey, man, thank y'all for joining us again. And we just went off the hinges on this, and it's the first one back, and we had a great time. Again, I am Christine's son, the astute Sharif Prescott, and this is my man, the Lion Eyes, Austin Neutron Newcomb. And welcome back to Carbon Ether Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, put her there, brother.
Yes,
Great
sir.
show, man.
Yes,
Good to be
sir.
back in the game.
Good to be back.
All
Take
right.
it easy, y'all.
Love y'all. Be easy.